Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Sanctuary Bunker Player Home, which is being made by user Eleonora, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a wonderful starter house for your character to use right off the bat at the beginning of the game, that is of course, safely underground, and I love this mod, as I don't know about you guys, but for me, whenever I start a new game, I tend to spend probably my first hour or two in and around this area, just getting myself started. And it kind of sucks that the only places you have for shelter are either these dilapidated houses, or of course the root cellar of that home over there. But now, thanks to this lovely mod, if we go back behind our character's house here, and over to the back corner, we have an entrance to our own personal Fallout shelter, and it is so cool. And actually has a very good story behind it. You guys know me, I love a lore reason, and the idea for this bunker is that before our characters found out that they were going to be accepted into the Vault Tech program, they started building their own little shelter just in case, to make sure that their family was safe. And here it is, the bunker that Nate built to protect his family. And as you can see, it is a pretty lovely little place, quite small, but I think that's very fitting for being at the very start of the game. But I have to admit, it is pretty awesome down here. So let's actually just start in this corner and go over what all we do have. So starting on the right hand side, we have two lovely workbenches for you to use, an armor workbench and of course a weapon workbench. And what's really cool about these two workbenches and the others down here in the bunker is if we go to add in items, we actually have access to all of the workshop items for Sanctuary Hills. So this is all the crap that I currently have stored here, and that is so cool that you can still be using that, even though we're technically, not really in Sanctuary Hills anymore. That's wonderful. Now, of course, above these workbenches, we do have a toolbox for some storage, and then a lot of random crap that I wish I could grab. Oh, look at all those resources you could use, but no, they had to be decoration items. Oh well, carry on to the next, which is a cooking stove, so of course just another lovely crafting place, which is quite useful. Let's actually get out of there. And then, of course, a lot more aesthetic things that really have no use for you, besides looking cool. We also do have, I almost forgot, a trash can down here for you to, put stuff into. It's technically storage, I guess. There you go. We then also do have an additional storage of the refrigerator here, so you can perhaps, I guess, put your food items into this, which is quite awesome. We then, over in the office/bedroom area, have a Nuka-Cola display shelf for all of your wonderful Nuka Quantum bottles that you'd like to show off, and with all their glowing radiation. Oh yay. We then also do have a selection of shelves for your bobbleheads, which is always quite nice and convenient. And personally, I like the idea of putting all my bobbleheads down here rather than in some just random bobblehead shelf in Sanctuary, because again, it's still a part of Sanctuary, but separate, and that makes me happy. I now no longer have to contend for a bed. We have our own. But also over here, first before we get to the computer, we have a small chest, which is kind of awkward to get to, honestly, but it is right there on the top of that shelf. Quite nice for any additional storage capacity. Then at the desk, we have a usable terminal. Now, there is nothing in this terminal, but you can load any holotapes you have to play any of the games, etc., which is always nice. We have a lovely Skyrim mug. Good times. I believe there actually was another one of those over at the kitchen. Ah, yes, there it is. Good, good. We have a lovely view of glowing fungi, which kind of makes you wonder, though, if they built this pre-war, would those have been there? How did they get there afterwards then? But oh well, minor details. We then do have a magazine rack for you to use and pop all your various magazines onto, an armchair which you can sit on, a bed which will, let you sleep, an additional casual outfit if you so desire, a beautiful armor rack for you to put things onto, and of course, if we get closer to the bed here, a set of drawers for all of your various clothing items. And the rest of it is, well, generally just fun decorative things, nothing too fancy around here, but I do love the look of everything. Oh, almost forgot the bookshelf there, which of course we can search and pop in all your various books into here. Very nice, very cool. I do love just all the detail. I mean, look at that cool power armor dude there. That is awesome. Very, very awesome. Now, as for the next section, we have this here, where if we start from right here, we have a lovely locker. Again, just additional storage. We then have miscellaneous equipment and gear storage. Nothing inside, but it is cool that it is labeled for your usage. And then at the bottom, we actually do have a safe with some things in it, which, it's not the only container with stuff inside of it, but this one I quite like because I don't find this very cheaty. It's just some, you know, nice, useful items. I mean, there are 3 fusion cores, but man, that's fine. And yeah, I think it's just a nice little selection of a few things here and there. We then also have a weapon barrel, which I just love the idea of shoving all these guns into a barrel. I mean, come on, that's a plasma rifle just shoved down into a wooden barrel. Good times indeed. Nothing inside, though. Now, we have the bathroom onto that over here with a shower that we can do nothing with. Decorative items right there. A vent, which... ooh, rusting. Of course, a first aid kit for us to, you know, store any first aid items, and a toilet, which we can sit on. That's really it. I mean, we can wait here, but who wants to wait on the toilet for hours on end? So let's get back up and continue on with this wall. Now, we have a sink which we can drink from, and it is fresh water, so you don't have to worry about any radiation. We do have a chemistry lab here for any of your, you know, chem needs, which is always good. And then the mirror, which not only is a functioning storage item, but we can hit spacebar and go and change our appearance. If you so desire, you can remake your face, which, I mean, is quite cool. I always do like having this ability later in the game, you know, if you want to make your character look a bit more scarred up or something. Always fun to have, but let's leave that for now, as I don't feel like changing that character. And, yes, there we go, the slow pan out, and then... okay, it's still panning. There we go. That took a little bit longer than I expected, but there we are. We are back in our character. And actually, hold on one moment. Let me look at my other screen here. I believe there is a known issue with that. Yes, when exiting the mirror, sometimes you may need to draw a gun to fix a third-person glitch. Perhaps if we would have drawn a gun, we would have gone back into first person more quickly. Who knows? But continuing on with our little tour. Of course, some lovely, more decorative items, very good. Another magazine rack for you to store even more magazines. And then a whole load of storage containers here. We have a nice explosives box. Oh, God, I wish I could grab all those things right there. But nope, they are decorative. We then have an ammo box right here, a miscellaneous quest items box, a lot more things that taunt me. Oh, I want the mini nuke in the back. That is just beautiful. But no, we cannot grab them. And then finally, the last storage box that we have in this place is kind of a 50-50 thing with me as to if I think it's cheaty. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. But the reason it's here is because the modder uses it for their own games, and that's perfectly acceptable answer to me. And that's Nate's Footlocker, which has a crapload of 45 rounds, some army fatigues, a combat sniper rifle, and some food, water, and medical supplies to basically jumpstart your game. And that is the entire reason why the modder has it here, because Eleonora uses it in their own save files. So it's quite cool, and if you don't want to use it, you can always hold off on it till later on in the game to, you know, make yourself feel better. But yeah, other than that, I think it is a fine addition. If you don't want to use it, then just don't. But yes, this is a beautiful little player home. I really do love this place, actually, and will probably be using it in some of my own personal playthroughs. Now, of course, if you're playing something like Frost, oh boy, would this be heavily cheaty, especially with the infinite purified water there. But, you know what? It's a beautiful little bunker, and I think very fitting to the franchise, very well made. I love the story behind it of Nate, you know, wanting to protect his family from the war before they knew that they got into Vault Tech. And it's just got a lot of great stuff to it. I love the bobblehead shelf here. I love the idea of having that separate from the rest of our Sanctuary Hills place, but still being connected enough to use all the materials from a Sanctuary. It's a very lovely place, and if you guys would like to check it out for yourself, you can download it from the link in the description. Ooh, though I should mention one thing before I go. This does require the Far Harbor DLC, the Contraptions DLC, Vault Tech, and also Nuka World. So basically you're going to need 4 of the... Oh god, isn't there only 5 DLCs, or is there more than that? I can't remember. But yeah, you're going to need 4 of the DLCs for everything in here to work. So that may be a thing for some of you, but I think most of you probably have those. But yeah, that is really it for this episode, guys. This is a great little player home, a perfect starting home for any player. And yeah, a fun download. So go check it out, have fun with it, and of course, I do hope you have enjoyed this episode today, and that you do come back for the next. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!